Hey fam, welcome back to another Pep Wednesday where I put a little pep in your step for your midweek blues. Today I want to talk about a topic that has been jumping around in my head for a while. It's something that I know a lot of creatives out there, including me, have struggled with, and it's this idea of style. One of our biggest battles as artists is trying to find our style or discovering our style. So you all know I work under the moniker Chacko, but not all of you will know the story behind the moniker. I earned the name Wacko from high school, where I used to wear a lot of quirky clothes, and because of that they used to call me Chacko. Chacko, of course, is my last name. But this wasn't always the case. Before I grew in confidence and was able to earn my name, like any protagonist in the story, I had to go through my struggles, my time of finding myself. I grew up in an international boarding school in the foothills of the Himalayas, and it had nationalities from all over the world. Now, you might have seen those Hollywood movies where there's a high school and there's these cliched gangs. Well, my school was kind of like that. There was the cool kids who were like the hip hop kids. There were the rockers. There were the geeks, the musicians, the oddballs, and in the end, that was me. Since all the cool kids were into hip hop and rap, even though I had no real understanding of it at that point in time, even though I have an appreciation and a love for it now, at the time I got into it because I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be like those other guys in my class. So I took to stealing my dad's t-shirts because they were XL, and on me, a tiny 4-foot something kid, they were massive. And I shaved my head and wore a bandana so I could look more like Tupac. When I look back at that time, I know my attitude and my behavior came from this insecurity in who I was. I wanted to please these other kids. I wanted to please everybody in my class. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to find my place. But I was going about it in the wrong way. I was just copying other people's styles and trying to pull it off. But all this shifted when my perspective changed on the situation, when my perception of who I was changed. In 10th grade, this would have been in 2005, I went on an exchange program which my school had, and I went to school in Australia for a semester. While I was there, I had this realization. My school was a tiny place. It was a little bubble in the sphere of the world. Going to Australia transformed my life. Going to a whole new place, a whole new culture, gave me the perspective to see that I had limitless possibilities, but if I spent my whole life trying to please people, I'd never end up doing the things I loved. It was then that I made the decision to stop trying to please people and to embrace who I was and to do things that brought me joy, to do things that brought me happiness rather than do things that pleased others. When I got back to school, I came back a new person. I was happy to be weird and quirky, the guy who wore silly hats, wore waistcoats to school. Because I was comfortable in my own skin, that began to show, that confidence came through. And rather than being rejected like I feared when I was younger, I was embraced for my weirdness. I built friendships around the fact that there were other people just like me who liked the same things that I liked, and I didn't have to be like the cool kids. I was a part of a whole new tribe. In many ways, that's what our style should be like. It should come out of a place of experience. Our style is the bridge between who we are and our voice. Like a mosaic of all the different little parts of you coming together to form a beautiful picture that represents your voice, that represents you. So be true, be you, embrace the weirdness in you, and you'll create great work.